How's business? Fuck me. Wow, that question messes with your head, right? I was at a party last weekend and I must have been asked that question maybe 4 or 5 times, right? Different people, same words. So, Dave, how's business? And then Monday morning rolled around and the first thing, I had a coffee in my hand, networking call, and bam, there it is again. Same question. How's business, Dave? Right? And it hit me. The way that I answer that question says more about my own happiness than the actual state of my business. Okay. If you're new around here, I'm Dave, ex-CMO turned high performance coach now. And over the past year, I've helped dozens of ambitious guys reset, refocus, and rise, sharpen their career, sharpen their business, build confidence, get leaner as well, get stronger and fitter, right? So they can finally reach the levels and the expectations that they set of themselves. And today I want to talk about relative success, okay, and why it can quietly crush your sense of contentment, even when you're exactly where you want it to be. Because the thing is, if there were no other coaches on the planet, my answer to that question would be simple. Yeah, business is exactly where I want it to be. I'm exactly where I should be, and I'm 100% content with that. Yeah, but the reality is I know that there are other coaches out there who are, air quotes, doing better than I am. Yeah, more clients, bigger stages, flashier numbers on YouTube. Okay, and the moment that I let that comparison creep in, my own success starts to feel smaller. That sense of pride is diminished. And instead of feeling like I'm building something meaningful, I catch myself thinking, shouldn't I be further ahead by now? Yeah, and that is the paradox of progress, okay? Every time you hit a new level, the bar just moves higher, and there's always someone whose bar is higher than yours. So we need to realize this. Yeah, happiness has very little to do with your actual circumstances and almost entirely everything to do with your expectations. Yeah, Charlie Munger nailed it. The world is not driven by greed, okay? It's driven by envy. Yeah, think about it. We don't just measure progress by looking at our own scoreboard. We measure it by glancing sideways all the time at everyone else's. And the problem with that is you end up with a front row seat to your own doubts, your own failures, and that messy bit in the middle of change, right? And all you get from others anyway is the edited highlight reel. Yeah, we know that. So the comparison is already stacked against you. Okay, Marcus Aurelius nailed this 2,000 years ago. Yeah, it's not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Okay, it's not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Okay, or the modern version of that, freed from desire, mind and senses purified, right?
Freed from desire, mind and senses purified. Freed from desire, mind and senses purified.
Right, it all points to the exact same trap. Okay, it's not about what you have, it's about what you think you lack when you measure yourself against others. Okay, that's why your business can be thriving, your fitness can be improving, your family life can be strong, and yet one scroll through LinkedIn or one chat at a party can leave you feeling flat. Okay, and it's a trap, and this is exactly the tension point that Onto was built around. Okay, being on, i.e. being present, grounded, grateful, fully engaged in the moment, at the same time as moving to, okay, driven, ambitious, striving for more and pushing your edge, because both matter, okay? But if you lean too hard into moving towards something, you end up robbing yourself of the joy of the moment and being on, okay? And that's the work that I'm doing on myself at the minute. Catching those envy spikes, noticing when my mind drifts into comparison, and reminding myself that I'm exactly where I should be right now. So here's something for you to take into this week if you're watching this video. Next time someone asks, how's business, how's training, how's life, just pause, yeah? Take a step back and ask yourself that question. Am I about to answer from my own benchmark, or am I answering against a scoreboard that was never mine in the first place? Because success is not about being ahead of others. It's about closing the gap between your own reality and your expectations or your desired reality, right? And it's not letting someone else's bullshit widen it as well, okay? So if any of that resonates, then subscribe. I drop weekly insights into this YouTube channel that come from my coaching conversations with my guys. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.